Ekim acı. Bu babamızın tarlasına ye.
Welcome to Chopstick Travel. I'm Luke Martin, and today we have another episode from Turkey. Today is day 2 here in Gaziantep in the south of Turkey. This is a UNESCO city of gastronomy and arguably Turkey's most famous food city. We're gonna have another full day of eating in the ancient streets of Gaziantep. It's gonna be a great day, so make sure you stay tuned until the end. Let's go eat some Turkish food. We're stopping for a quick breakfast at Yesmek restaurant to try their Uvarlama, which is a soup that originates here in the south of Turkey. They cook it in the bowl that they serve it in, and this is it right here. It's got a kind of yogurt base, and then it's topped with this mint sauce. And underneath, we've got all kinds of different things. So we've got chickpeas. There are these little balls that are usually made from bulgur, but he told me that they actually use rice here to make them. And then there's lamb. And you can see that beautiful, beautiful green mint sauce on top mixing with that white yogurt. This is a really unique dish that originates just here in the south of Turkey. Let's try it out. Oh yeah, that is so refreshing. It's very light in flavor. The yogurt is kind of watered down, so it's not that thick. It has that really fresh mint flavor. And then those balls of chickpeas and rice are almost the exact same texture, very soft, but a little bit bouncy at the same time. Let me kind of search in here for a piece of lamb. Okay, there's a piece of lamb right there. And look at how the swirling colors of the green and white mixed together. That's so cool. Let's try some of the lamb. Super tender lamb, as you would expect, and because it's served nice and hot, the yogurt has a very thin viscosity, so it's really easy to eat for breakfast. I could eat this every day. This is the Coppersmith Bazaar. Gaziantep is famous for their copper products, and this is the place to get them. There are hundreds of different types of copper products, and you can even see the men working on them. It's really cool, got a really local atmosphere in here. All you can hear here is just the pounding of hammer on copper. They are making it from scratch. So they're heating it up with a massive flamethrower, kind of melding it, shaping it, and then they're engraving it with their designs. And you can hear it, just non-stop hammering. So it is time for baklava, and we've popped into this really historic old shop called Gloglu, and this is one of the most famous brands of baklava in all of Turkey. So they have a really famous shop in Istanbul, and the story goes that the owner back in the day went to Aleppo and Damascus to learn how to make baklava, brought it back here and kind of pioneered the recipe here in Turkey. And we've ordered up 2 different kinds. Their classic baklava with pistachios. You can see, oh man, it's still warm. That is just stuffed full of pistachios. And then over here, this is midye, which is stuffed with kaymak, so clotted cream. And of course, we've got a little chai as well, fresh out of the oven. And like I said in the last episode, the thing to do is turn it upside down like this, because you can see that this is really soaked with all that sugar syrup, so it doesn't taste too sweet. Wow. Man, that's amazing. It's crunchy and chewy at the same time. Those layers of phyllo are so thin, they're like thinner than paper, and they just completely crunch when you bite down on it. There's a ton of pistachios on the inside, and it's actually not too sweet, but it still has that nice kind of wetness to it. That is really good, and I love it when it's warm, fresh out of the oven. Oh man, we might have to get some of this for takeaway. Yeah. So this one has quite a different shape, and as I mentioned, this is midye, so it's stuffed full of kaymak, which is one of my favorite things in Turkey. Oh my, look at that. Wow. So you get that creamy kaymak on the middle with that one, but because of that, there's less room for the pistachios and less room for the phyllo dough. I definitely prefer the original kind over the midye, but this shop is definitely one you should consider trying out here in Gaziantep. There's a lot of famous baklava brands, but Gloglu is one of the most famous, and this is the original location of the man who pioneered baklava here in Turkey. So definitely try to check it out, and everything goes good with chai too. That was some good baklava in a really cool shop right in the bazaar, and there's more here at Gaziantep. There's unlimited foods to try, but there's one more thing in particular that we want to try, and oh my gosh, I see something I want to try right here. Right when I was coming out of the baklava shop, there was a man with a big container on his back, and he is serving this, which is called Mayan Seberti, which is a licorice drink, and it's supposed to be really good for your health, and it's nice and cold, so let's try it out. What? That's not what I was expecting at all. Holy smokes. Wow. Okay. It's more like medicine than food, or drink I should say. That is like super, super bitter and very licorice flavored, and it coats your tongue. Holy smokes.
Medicinal flavored drinks are my arch nemesis, so let's give it a shot. Oh! Ugh. Okay, no. No. That bitter medicinal, that's honestly really bad. That's pretty bad. I do not like that at all.
I really wanted to try that solely because of the way he's serving it with that really cool thing on his back. And no disrespect to him, but that does not taste good. It's definitely just a medicinal thing. Yeah. Having a quick lunch at this kind of fast food style joint. It's called Halil Usta, and they serve something called Nohut Dürüm, which is only found here in Gaziantep. It's a chickpea wrap. So he puts some chickpeas in there, some french fries, some eggplant, a little bit of parsley, tomatoes, all kinds of different things, and this is the final product here, wrapped up nicely in a little piece of bread. Let's give it a try. That's pretty good. So totally vegetarian. Those chickpeas are super soft. It's almost like hummus on the inside. Turns to cream, and you put quite a bit of chili in there too, so it's actually pretty spicy. And the bread is nice and soft too. A lot of fresh veggies in there. This is a nice light lunch as well. It's pretty good. I was a little bit skeptic because I'm a meat lover and I wasn't sure this was gonna be that good, but honestly, it is extremely flavorful, and this is a great option if you're visiting Gaziantep and you're a vegetarian. That's like Turkish Subway. It reminds me of sabich that we've had in Tel Aviv, and only 8 lira, so super, super cheap. We're going to head to the famous museum, the Mosaic Museum. This is the Jumba Museum. It's a mosaic museum, which Gaziantep is famous for, and it's one of the largest mosaic museums in the world. It looks huge from the outside. I don't really know what to expect, but let's go inside and check it out. This is actually really interesting. The details in these mosaics is insane. A lot of them are coming from just the 2nd century AD, and they're just so detailed with all these tiny, tiny little bits. Look at this. There's got to be thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of little stones per one. Look how big it is. This place is huge. There's multiple floors, and there's also 2 buildings. There's this little bridge that connects the 2 buildings together. And I will say that after the first half an hour, they all kind of start to look the same. So if you're not really into mosaics, maybe just plan an hour or so.
Zeki abi. Gel usta. Senin 2 tane bir fil uçundan var abi.
Bir de ortaya vereceğimiz bir uçumuz var. Aynı bir uçuk vereceksin bana. This one is Künefe? Künefe. Wow, smells good. Thank you.
One of the best parts about visiting the Mosaic Museum is coming to this restaurant after. So this is just a walk up the street. It's called Halil Usta, and this restaurant specializes in a few dishes. One of them being kuşleme, which is a special type of lamb kebab. They also specialize in a dish which is a house salad, and how they make the salad is that they use lettuce, tomatoes, onions, a grated tomato sauce, parsley, and then they just drizzle it in a ton of pomegranate molasses. So this is what it looks like here. It looks and smells really good, and I think it's gonna be really flavorful. And over here is the kuşleme. So this is the special type of kebab meat. It's cooked over charcoal. There's only 2 pieces of this that come from the lamb. It's the backbone prime cut. And then they also gave us this for free. This is also lamb, and it's kuşleme, but it's been spiced. So this should be a little bit spicy, served with bread on the table. And we are ready to dig into this, so let's taste it. All right, so let's go in for a piece of this. Oh, my fork just goes right into that, no problem. It looks extremely juicy. Wow. Wow, that was more than just tender, but not the same tender as the minced meat kebabs where they kind of melt in your mouth. The moment that your teeth sink into that meat, it's just like butter comes out, and this is like pure muscle meat. It's incredible. Time to try their house salad, which is more like a wet salad, and I'm just gonna try to get everything in one big bite. So that salad is served extremely cold, and all of the flavor is coming from the parsley and the pomegranate molasses, and the pomegranate molasses has like a little bit of a spice to it, and then everything else is just very crunchy. Last but not least, the kuşleme that has been spiced. Oh wow, that was basically the same as the first bite of kuşleme. However, some of the spices on there change up the flavor a little bit, maybe more lamby. It's even more smoky than the first piece that I tried. It's very good.
Give me.
Yeah.
So of course they also have baklava here. Oh, look at this one. What is this? Dürüm baklava?
Yeah.
Dürüm.
Yeah. Dürüm baklava.
That was some awesome meat. Really friendly staff too. It's perfect for just after visiting the Mosaic Museum. And now it's time for some dessert.
3, 4.
Bu babamızın tarlasından yer.
For dessert tonight, we've come to Jumba Künefe, and they specialize in all kinds of Künefe desserts. We didn't want to order the original one because we're going to try that later on in the series. So we ordered up a special thing, but they've served us a little appetizer, well, a big appetizer, I should say. So we've got some banana, some oranges, and then the clotted cream kaymak in the middle with a ton of pistachios on top. And this just looks so good. Let's give this a little try. Very simple. There's no sweetness in there at all. Just the pistachio and the kaymak. It has arrived. This is their signature dessert here. It's called the Jumba burger. So it's made out of these little thin hair-like pastry strands that are called kadaif, and then it's covered with tons and tons of pistachios and stuffed with dondurma, which is ice cream, Turkish ice cream. And this is kind of like a take on Künefe, but like I said, we're gonna try the original kind at a later time. And I don't even know how to eat this thing. This looks insane. I'm gonna try to break some off the back here. Oh man, there's so much going on, so much ice cream, so many pistachios. Look at that. Wow. That's insane. So if you know me, you know I love Künefe. And since we're here in Gaziantep, we had to get something with pistachios, and there's tons of pistachios on this. It's still nice and hot, but then the ice cream on the inside is cold and sticky, gooey, and then it's also saturated with the sugar syrup that they put all over top of it. Man, just, this thing is insane. I don't even know how they came up with this. It's basically just a sugary, pistachio-y ice cream pie. Look at that. Wow.
I have to say, this is sinfully delicious. Can two people by themselves finish it? Stay tuned to find out. Maybe we'll have a heart attack first, I don't know. It's so sweet. Oh my god.
One thing that's really nice is since it's really sweet, they've actually given us a glass of milk as well, which is really nice with it. It's kind of turning into a sloppy mess right now though. Look at this.
It's melting up the side.
Pro tip for Jumba Künefe. Bring like 17 friends. Well, maybe not during COVID-19, but you definitely are not gonna be able to finish this with only 2 people. We are hitting a wall. Another day of eating here in Gaziantep in the books. What was the best thing we had today, Sabrina?
Definitely the kushleme. Wow.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with that. What I can tell you, the worst thing we had today was that licorice drink, that Mayan Sabrina. That was
that made me
really
kind of sick
bad.
to my stomach.
But if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified. And if you'd like to become a Patreon, hit the link down in the description box. You'll get access to our monthly blooper reels and also our food maps across the world, and we even have a food map here in Gaziantep. So if you'd like to find all the places that we visited plus some special extra ones, then consider becoming a Patreon. We'll see you on the next episode of Chopstick Travel. Bye bye.
Bye.